Government-held Western Aleppo in Syria continues to suffer constant attacks from rebel-held parts of the city. And militants have stepped up their drive to push back President Assad's forces after Russia suspended airstrikes almost a month ago. NRT's Murad Gazdiev spoke to some of the scores of locals who have been displaced amid what is called a worsening humanitarian crisis.
If you wanted to see how bad the humanitarian crisis here in Aleppo is, well, here's an example for you. This toddler is sleeping in the street. It's freezing here, 12 degrees Celsius. The internal refugee crisis here in Aleppo is growing out of all control. These people have made their home here outside this park. There's no roof, there's no tent, no canopy. They're sleeping out here, 12 degrees Celsius, out in the cold on blankets that they've piled up. They've all run from Hamadaniya and New Aleppo, the two districts in the city that are under attack by rebels, shelled daily. The conditions here are absolutely deplorable. There's nothing in the way of food, of drink, of water, or shelter even. There are trucks parked here. They live by the side of the road. And there are now hundreds of people sleeping out in the streets like this. There's simply nowhere else in the city where they can go. What about the children? I mean, isn't this really bad for their health?
They haven't eaten for 2 days. Yesterday my daughter was throwing up. The day before my son. It's very cold. The children are freezing. I don't have any more clothes for them. I have nothing apart from this blanket.
What's worse, some of these people fled their homes years ago. Now they're fleeing even the refugee shelters.
The shells started raining down on us. The windows of the school were shattered. My children were injured. We ran away and now we're here.
It's bad. Authorities are overwhelmed. Schools and community buildings are already packed. Organizing shelter, food and water for hundreds more takes valuable time.
My children often fall asleep hungry. Where do we get food? The locals say they don't have enough for themselves. When we ask humanitarian agencies, they say they will only deliver food to the designated shelters, which we fled because they were shelled.
The more experienced refugees have built basic shelters themselves. It's grimy and packed, but an order of magnitude better than the alternative. The cold pavement of Aleppo's streets. Murad Gazdiev, RT in Aleppo.